Hi folks, we're Taskless today. Taskless today, your pushback channel, and thank you for joining this audio live stream. Please listen to this presentation as you would a radio broadcast. In this essay, I'd like to talk about the international media coordination and coordinated hit pieces against Trump, and also the associated issues of concern and issues that the globalists want you to focus on. Don't focus on the economy. Don't focus on how expensive groceries are. Don't focus on how expensive rent is, or mortgages or houses. Don't focus on any of the real things in your life. What the real issue here is abortion and climate change. Those are the issues, and rape. Those are the So they're trying to gin up what would be a typical sort of race, gender, hustling type voter base. And so not only are they attacking Trump, but there's now lots of lurid stories about Me Too's and rapes and climate and so on, and done in that classic sort of globalist journalist sort of style. Little Mabumba sits on the beach knowing that in only a few years climate change will drown her island. Mabumba's a photograph of Mabumba dressed in pink, by the way. And little her tiny little hands touch the sand that she knows that will be under the ocean waves very soon now because of climate change. And this is even concerning little Mabumba even more because Donald Trump, everybody shake, may reverse the climate change programs, which would guarantee. A little Mabumba cries, little she cries, the tears go into and it's that sort of delivery. So any college kid looking at that would be rolling around the floor, putting tooth marks in the toilet seat with the disappointment of it all. But I just want to focus on, at the moment, this is Australia's biggest media outlet, and it's totally on board with the globalist project, and is super anti-Trump, and no lie, no untruth is beyond them. So now this is the top. This is their online version here. This is their 35 headline stories of today. So Palestinians oppressed because they're brown, by evil white Israelis. That's 3 stories. And again, fast and loose with the truth here, and also delivering it in the same way as if it's a human interest story of little Sula looks at what was once her house destroyed by evil Israelis, and her dead brother, she says, calls to her from the grave, wishing and asking, will these evil people stop? It's that sort of stuff. And fuck me. And so facts don't really have to matter there. They can just whip up this sort of emotional thing of little Sula. Now, so there's 3 Palestinians oppressed. All men are bad, misogyny, patriarchy. And again, this is part of a wider feed into, so when they talk about these stories with men are bad, they've oppressed women or disrespecting women, they also manage to weave into the story, and this will get worse if Donald Trump wins. And so this is the respect Kamala is entitled to. So they manage to weave the narrative. So this is, again, clearly coordinated, clearly pre-planned. The memorandum's gone out from globalist Antran, propaganda, tell lies central, and so they're just going along with that. So man bad is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 stories of man bad. Trump bad, and again these stories. Again, they're done in that same thing. Billy Bob is from a small American town which may decide the election. Well, this little town with like 75 voters in it. His Christian values, in scare quotes, and he wants America to return to a time. He hides his Nazi swastikas, and he wants America to return to a time when Nazis were everywhere, and he could decide the outcome to deliver a Nazi administration. What? Stop! Well, what are all these hysterical lies you're telling? Inventing these ridiculous phantoms. I mean, this is not news reporting, all right? So anyway, anti-Trump hit pieces, some of them quite absurd, or not some of them, all of them totally absurd, riddled with lies, untruths, and inventions. Again, it'll have come from the downtown, globalist downtown central. Here are the bullet points you have to put out there. These are the narratives you have to put out there. So they're following their orders. That's all. And they're coming out from all directions. If Trump loses again, like he did to the superior candidacy of Joe Biden, that brilliant politician Joe Biden, that just absolutely smashed Trump with his brilliance, Trump won't accept being defeated again. And if that's the case, then the world will, and evil Nazis, and that's what stickers, and Nazi salutes, and the Madison Square Garden Nazi, and just going absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you look at it and go, holy fuck, did somebody actually write this? Was this some AI machine controlled by the globalists? So anti-Trump hit pieces, 7 anti-Trump hit pieces. Now his 3 strong woman stories here, but again they've come in the sort of strong women fighting back against the evil patriarchy, and this evil patriarchy will become twice as evil if Trump wins the election. So they're doing scare pieces. Climate change again, they turn it into an anti-Trump piece. Homophobia, 3 racism pieces, and again that they managed to turn those into anti-Trump sort of pieces as well. And 2 pieces about rape, which again, if Trump wins, it'll usher in this rape culture where every woman will be raped 1 million times a day, while she has to lie on a swastika. So out of all this, so you're looking at 26, 27 political pieces, blatantly, brazenly political pieces, riddled with lies and untruths and hysterical nonsense. So there are eight stories only that weren't heavily, politicized hit pieces of one sort of another. And even those were sort of more human interest stuff, like say a farming family out in the sticks somewhere, and they've decided that they have to change the sort of crops that they're growing because they get a better price, and they're kind of sad because they've always grown apples or something, that type of thing. So they're more human interest rather than fact. There's a couple of stories of facts, such as there was a 5-car pile up on highway number such and such. That's a fact, at this time on that day in that place. But the factual stories are almost non-existent in these things. It's all political propaganda. You can see why they want all the social media shut down. The misinformation isn't the social media, it's them. They're the misinformation, and they want to have complete control over the misinformation. And anyone that calls out their lies, and their lies are fucking legion, anyone who calls them out, they want to shut down. You've been with Tacitus today, your Pushback channel. Thank you for listening.